There is a place in rural West Virginia where locals refuse to drive after dark. Not because of the roads, not because of the weather, because of what stands at the edge of the tree line and watches. Tonight on Dark Surge, we follow the case of Thomas Hale, a 38-year-old surveyor who drove into Braxton County, West Virginia on October 14th, 2019. He was supposed to be gone 3 days. He left behind 41 minutes of audio recordings, a damaged field notebook, and a single photograph that no one has been able to fully explain. Thomas's first recording was made at 6:12 p.m. His voice is calm, professional. He describes the landscape, the coordinates, routine survey notes, nothing unusual. Then, at the 4-minute mark, he stops mid-sentence.
Elevation reads 1,147 feet. Soil composition appears to be... There's something at the ridge.
He doesn't elaborate. The recording ends 9 seconds later. The next recording begins at 11:47 p.m., nearly 6 hours later. He never explains the gap. The field notebook recovered from his truck contained 34 pages of normal survey data. Pages 35 through 40 were different. Page 35 reads, "It does not move the way animals move." That's the entire page. Page 36, "Taller than the brush, thin, the arms hang wrong." Page 37 contains only a single word, written over and over 47 times, until the pen tore through the paper. Pages 38 and 39 are blank. Page 40, the last page he wrote on, contains a rough sketch. The sketch shows a road, a truck, and behind the truck, at a distance Thomas estimated as approximately 300 feet, a figure, standing, watching. The photograph was found on the seat of his truck. Developed from a disposable camera, Thomas apparently purchased in Sutton, West Virginia. The only film camera found on him. He was not known to use film. The photograph shows a forest road at night. The timestamp on the back of the photo reads 2:33 a.m. during the 6-hour gap in his recordings. In the foreground, the road, gravel, and Thomas's own boot. Visible at the lower edge of the frame, as if he was standing still when he took the shot. In the background, 300 feet back at the tree line, something is standing. It is not an animal. It is not a tree. It is upright, and its proportions are wrong. Thomas was found at 7:14 a.m. by a county road crew. He was sitting on the roadside approximately 4 miles from his truck, facing the forest. He was not injured. He did not speak for 11 hours after being found. When he finally spoke, he said only this, and refused to elaborate for the rest of his 3-day psychiatric hold.
It wasn't watching me. It was counting.
Thomas Hale was not the first. The entity known locally as the Hollow Watcher has been reported in Braxton County since at least 1953. In 1953, a deer hunter named Briggs filed a report with the Braxton County Sheriff, describing a tall, thin man standing at the ridge above Elk River Road. The man, he said, did not run when Briggs fired his rifle into the air. It simply turned and walked into the trees, slowly. In 1971, a school bus driver reported stopping her bus when she saw what she thought was a person standing in the road at dawn. When she opened the door, the figure, she estimated 7 to 8 feet tall, turned and looked directly at her. She described the eyes as
not there, like someone had put a face on wrong.
The most recent documented sighting before Thomas Hale occurred in 2016. A trail camera mounted by a wildlife researcher at the edge of Burnsville Lake captured an image at 3:17 a.m. The researcher, Dr. Ann Colby of WVU, submitted the image to 3 separate wildlife biology departments. The unanimous conclusion: the leg proportions do not match any known species, human or otherwise. Across all documented sightings spanning 66 years, several details remain consistent. First, it is always encountered alone. No sighting has ever involved more than one witness present at the moment of eye contact. Second, It is always stationary when first seen. It does not chase. It does not approach. It watches. Third, every witness who reported prolonged eye contact, longer than approximately 30 seconds, experienced the same thing afterward. Memory loss, specifically the inability to recall what the figure looked like. They remember seeing it, they remember fear, but the face, or whatever occupies the space where a face should be, is gone. Completely. I reached out to Thomas Hale for this video. He agreed to answer written questions only. He will not speak about the subject out loud. His words as written: I think about the gap, the 6 hours, every day. I have no memory of it, but I have a feeling, not a thought, a feeling, that something was explained to me during that time. Something I'm not supposed to pass on. Counting, I don't know why I said it, but I'll tell you this, and I haven't told anyone this. Sometimes at night I hear numbers, not in a voice, just present, like a fact. He signed his email. Don't use my real name. The email was sent at 3:17 a.m., the same time as the trail camera image from 2016. Folklorists who have studied Appalachian cryptid accounts point out something that gets overlooked in most coverage of the Hollow Watcher. Most cryptids are described as animals, predatory, territorial. They react to humans the way animals react, with aggression or flight. The Hollow Watcher does none of these things. It observes, systematically, almost methodically. The word witnesses keep returning to across 7 decades of sightings is not scary. It is deliberate. One researcher, who asked to remain anonymous, offered this interpretation. And I want to be clear, this is speculation, but it is the most coherent framework I have found. Whatever it isn't hunting. The behavior profile is consistent with one thing: documentation. It is making a record of us. Thomas Hale still lives in West Virginia. He has not returned to Braxton County. He works remotely now. He told me he doesn't like to drive at night. The photograph from his disposable camera was submitted to 3 image authentication labs. All 3 confirmed no digital manipulation, no post-processing artifacts. The image is original. The entity in the photograph has never been identified. Braxton County, West Virginia. Population, 14,000. If you live near Braxton County, or anywhere in rural Appalachia, and you've seen something you can't explain, I want to hear from you. Leave it in the comments below. Don't include your location, just what you saw. And if you're driving through West Virginia at night, and you see something at the tree line, don't stop the car. Don't look back. If you find it interesting, please like and subscribe to the channel so I have the motivation to create new videos.